the DNA, I believe, is splitting it up.
But you said that,
politically, eventually they became one.
Right.
Right. But I think in the DNA it tells you that you have some, like for us, it says some Irish. So we have someone from, well, that comes through the New Orleans.
Sloans.
Oh, the Sloans were in Ireland?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it comes on both sides.
Well,
right.
Dad's book, if you want to go back on that, he mentions that our Sloan, Edward Sloan, and what was her name? Johnson. Her name was Johnson. They were the grandparents that Mother was raised with. She was raised with Aunt Polly,
right,
and the grandparents, and they
Edward
were
and Catherine.
What? Friends. What do you call
them? They were friends.
Quakers.
Quakers.
Oh, that's right.
They were Quakers. Yeah. Well, he was on his way to America. She was on her way to Australia, and they met when they were waiting for the fog to disperse. They were waiting for their ships, both of them, and they got acquainted. Dad tells about this in his book. They got acquainted and they never left England.
That's a great story.
I don't remember that. I've read that book several times. I don't remember that. Boy.
I brought it.
Yeah.
I brought Grandpa's.
We've got lots to read.
Oh, hey, Suzanne, do you happen to have a cassette player? Cassette tape player?
We'll find one.
You have what?
A cassette player. You know, for tapes. Laura brought tapes for us to listen to from Dad's talks.
And my mom's story.
Oh, it's on tape?
But I have no idea.
We have one tape.
We have tape 2.
Oh.
So that means we think
there's
the one.
Yeah, I have a cassette tape too, but I don't know what's on it.
Well, let's hope it's not 2.
I think I gave the letters that our grandfather George wrote to Dad's, to his wife. You know, they had George,
right,
and George was a twin,
right,
and they had Frank, and then he disappears. He goes away.
Right.
Okay, so
he's gone for 20 years. Comes back. They get married, and then they have Dad and Aunt Madeline and 2 others. There were 4 children. Hulda. Her name was Matilda.
Yeah.
But they called her Hulda.
Yeah, I've got those letters. Some of those letters right here that I found.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So in a Famblum, Dorothy writes, and then it gets all put together. So I don't know the year of this. I don't think. But anyway, on this one, it said, Norris Thurston Easter, son of George Smith and Emma Easter, born 12th of February, 1886, in Thurleton, Norfolk, England. He disappeared, so we don't know his death date. This is my father's brother, who was also born before the parents were married. I was a baby when he disappeared. When he was a little boy, he was using a screwdriver, and it slipped and injured his eye, so they had to have a glass eye. The lady in the village who owned most of the property decided that because of this handicap, he would need to do other things than farm work, so she sent him to a special school somewhere around London. His memories of this were not very good, as he told my father later how he had to resist the homosexual practices of some of the teachers. I think,
back then.
Yeah. Well, Dad had that experience too, because he was in the orphanage.
Really?
I think he was still there when he was about 16. My father kept in touch with him, and he had visited the family from time to time. What he did for a living was write poetry and have his poems printed, and he'd go around selling the copies and live on that until the money ran out. Then he'd sell some more. When the First World War broke out, the authorities would not believe that he had only one eye, and he disappeared and was never heard from again. Here are some of the letters he wrote to my father, who had been trying to convert him to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so
Okay,
some of
so
these
his
letters are.
mother had one glass eye too.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah, she fell on scissors when she was little.
Oh. Yeah. Right, and we have some of that story. Yeah, so this letter was dated November 4th, 1905. And then, so there's some letters here from Norris Easter.
So are these letters on family search as documents in the tree?
No.
So that's something we need to do.
Yeah, and there's poetry here from George Easter, and a stanza on the coronation of His Majesty King George V by Norris Easter. So, The Heroine of the Titanic by Norris Easter. The ship sank the 15th of April, 1912. So there's some really interesting.
Was there anybody that put a date on their letter?
Well, the first two letters were dated of 1905. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, any of our family that.
Let's see, there's Hilda Smith has written the letter, and Maud, wrote to Maud, and so this was from Ashley Down Bristol, 2000, no, this has got to be 1910, my darling sister.
We'll go. Oh, yeah.
And then we started on the regular family, and this year was this is 1993 for the rest of the
So that was 1993. That was.
yeah.
I used to go visit Dorothy. She lived one block from the Family History Center in Salt Lake City.
Yes, yeah, I visited her.
And I used to go visit her when I was up for the summers, and I'd go over at lunchtime, and she and her husband John had been to Austria on a mission, and he had died, and she was alone in an apartment there. Yeah, she was some lady, very good friends with. What was the prophet's name? Oh my goodness. Anyway, she did genealogy for, who was the one that did the carvings?
That's Elder Packer.
Mm-hmm.
Elder Packer did the carvings.
She was very good friends with Sister Packer.
Oh, wonderful.
She did genealogy for them.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I read Elder Iring's book, and he used to do carvings with Elder Packer. Elder Packer would teach him how to do it. He'd sketch it out for him and teach him how to do, that was fascinated me. Elder Iring learned how to do wood carvings from Elder Packer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did that until I read his book.
So, Suzanne, some of your family's got their poetry in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I definitely have to look at that.
Poems by Elizabeth Suzanne Brown.
Oh.
Breakfast. So you've written on snow.
Cute.
Fun.
Fun.
Yeah, this is kind of cute.
Poems by Michael Forrest Brown.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah, and then Thelma Coombs wrote.
And Michael's in the Bishopsburg now, isn't he?
Yeah, and the mayor.
Oh, fun.
Here in town?
No, in Missouri.
Oh, wonderful.
And they liked it there.
Not necessarily, but
Oh.
she's going to school to become a nurse, and he's the mayor for a year. So we'll see what happens.
He was an alderman. He went through the voting process and got voted in as an alderman. And then the mayor did something and left
Yeah, well,
in bad
Michael's
shape.
a financial, that's his degree. So when he started looking into the books, they found out there were some problems, and so the mayor said, I'm not working under this situation. So it's...
And
then
so
he got put in as mayor.
the others voted Michael in.
Yeah.
So that's how.
Better him than us?
Yeah.
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 So he's trying to clean it up, the mess.
Well, we're excited to find out what happens on this trip with our family.
Yeah.
It's a journey. A journey.